it fun.
Yeah. Man, y'all are hitting on some points, man, that I had in my notes, and that's another thing. That's why I'm doing this podcast to kind of get information out, and I think it's good to see, good, clean fun, the competitive nature of it all, and just moving forward, just continuing that and growing on that. Like, how do y'all feel about like actually going out here with like the LSU on your chest and representing on that level? And I'm saying that level, they're doing a great job for exposure for you guys, but it's only going up from here. Like, how do you feel about the trajectory and going along and growing at a fast rate? Because, I'm looking at my notes. The highest guy on the team is a junior. So you have maybe a year or maybe a whole college career. A lot of you guys are freshmen. Like, how do you feel about that?
One of y'all can go.
Yep. You want me to take this one?
Yeah, you go.
So are you asking how we feel about representing LSU?
Yeah. I know that was a couple-part question. Yeah. How does it feel like, with the height of everything else, you had a good year, in football and basketball and just, it being like one of the like the universities in the SEC, especially like for like gamers and like kids that are watching, like how does it feel to have LSU in that conversation?
I can take this one.
Yeah. All right.
So growing up, I think most of us grew up big LSU fans, and when you're surrounded by LSU, you kind of take note of how elite they are in almost every dominant in every athletic sport. And growing up, I wanted to be somewhat a part of that, but unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with athletic genes. So it's really neat to have found this little niche where we can bring greatness to LSU in our own way through esports.
Right, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier with when kids grow up, when kids grow up at the moment, it's like you're surrounded by sports, arts, or you're just like a genius. You're a lawyer or something like that. But video games have always been like on the side. It's like a side hobby for people. But now as they grow up through life nowadays, and hopefully as it continues to get bigger, esports might become a bigger thing. So rather than playing, Mama, I want to play basketball. Mama, I want to play Rocket League. And then I want to play Rocket League for LSU. And like that might become like a really big thing. And for me personally, like in 30 years, I look back, and if it's a big thing, I can just say I'm a part of that. And that worked for me.
I totally agree. I totally understand those statements. So, I'm gonna, and this question is for everybody. Everybody has to answer this one. When was the first time you actually picked up Rocket League? And then the second part of that question, when did you know that I'm really good at it?
I picked up Rocket League a month after it came out in 2015, and
okay.
I was very casual with it and played for fun with friends after school and stuff. And over time, I just noticed that I was a little bit better than my close friends, and I just had this almost addiction to it where I just wanted to keep getting better than the next guy. And like every time I came across someone new, I just wanted to get better than that person, and that just kind of grew over time into this, like, my competitive fuel in a way.
So I picked up Rocket League in season 3, like the middle of it, and all my friends were playing. Huh?
A date.
Oh, when was season 3? I don't know.
Like late 2016.
2016. Yeah, I picked it up in like late 2016, and all my friends were playing it. So I hopped on. I tried to get like at their level so I could like play in the ranked matches with them. And then me and one of my close friends, we had like a rivalry to see who was the best out of our friends. And then I eventually passed them, kept playing a bunch, and I think by the end of the year, I hit the highest rank in the game at the time. And then after I started realizing I was like really good was probably about a year and a half ago when I competed in a show match on a streamer's live stream on Twitch. And I got over like 30,000 views. And I think I was like number 1 ranked in North America at the time for the 1v1 playlist. So that's when I realized I was getting better.
Wow, man.
Rome?
Oh, well, it's upsetting to hear that Wesley and I started playing around the same time. And he kind of eclipsed me. But, yeah, I picked it up around fall of 2016 because I played with my roommate. You know, at first he was, like, way better than I was, and I wanted to be, you know, like Logan was saying, like, good enough to play with your friends or, you know, better than this guy. So I grinded a bunch, and then I just eventually got as good as he was, and then, you know, I just kept playing. Eventually I got better, and then I actually went on an internship, so I wasn't in school, so I had a lot more time to play, and I was just really enjoying it. And I heard from one of my friends who knew that I played, he was like, oh, LSU's having, like, tryouts for their Rocket League team. Like, dude, you should play. And I was, like, Diamond or something at the time. So I was like, hey, you know, I'll check it out. Like, can't be that bad. And that was the first time I ever played with Tyler, first time I ever played with Logan, first time I ever played with Michael, and I was like, holy crap, like, I am so bad at this game, like, compared to these dudes. But it just, I mean, that's when I first started talking to everyone in the No Chill gang and whatnot, you know, and I would just go home every day from work and just start grinding. I just really wanted to, you know, reach their level, and we're still pushing towards that. But I think I definitely improved a lot. It was mainly because I was just so inspired and just had so much fun, like seeing, all right, I've brought myself this far, and now, like, with, you know, playing with these people, I can probably get a lot better. So,
do I have time to answer when I started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I started. So my friend got the game on PlayStation in 2015, and for his birthday, and so we played it that night in July 2015 when it first came out, and I was hooked. But then it come back on Xbox, back out on Xbox. That's what I had until 2016 on my birthday. So I got it then. I casually played it a little bit throughout that year, and so one of my friends, he lives in New York, was way better than me. And he was aerialing and stuff. He was flying super high, and that's when I got inspired to really start grinding. So about early 2017, like January 2017-ish, I actually started really playing the game. And when I finally thought I was actually decent and good at the game, I have to say in 2018 in March, when I got rank A, which is in, like, there's a thing called 6-mans. It's a universal, and that's where, like, the best play. And so in rank A was really exclusive back then. It had like 70 NA players, and then there's a couple of ranks above that, X and S. And that's when I thought I was actually pretty decent at the game.
That's amazing. So, you know, kids, if you're listening out there, parents too, if you buy Rocket League and let your kids play, and play at a decent amount of time, not too much to get Fs, but they can probably be on a collegiate team one day and hopefully go professional. So can you talk a little bit about the actual trial process? I think Logan or Roman mentioned that earlier. It might have been Wesley. I'm not sure about actually going to trials. Can you walk us through that process?
Logan, you want to take this or me?
I can try. You can add on to it if you need to. So our league we play in is called CRL, and it's a bi-yearly thing. There's a fall season and a spring season, and typically what we'll, before these seasons start, we'll kind of let our Discord know, hey, season's coming up. It's time to put teams together. At this point in time, we're pretty familiar with everyone, but, you know, as we get new freshmen every year, it's good for them to introduce themselves and for them to meet us. And we'll just play some games, play some 6-mans, kind of find out where everyone's skill falls, and we try to put everyone together on teams that will help them set themselves up for success.
That's awesome. So it's more of a let's test you out. Let's see what your skill set is. We're gonna rally around you and build your skill set, and at the opportune time, if it's presented, you're ready to go.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. Like when I first got here, in 2017, fall 2017, I wasn't good enough to play for the starting roster, and I wasn't good to accept that as a like most people give up. I wasn't taking that as a no. Nah. So I kept putting in work. Like I would watch them play on stream. I would root for them for success, but at the same time, I knew next spring I had to be on the team. So I kept grinding, kept pushing, kept going every single day, get my homework done. I kept playing, and eventually I got my opportunity in January 2018. Got my spot, and then the rest is history from there. So essentially, every fall we have like this big tryout. like Logan said, we make a Google Doc. We let everybody in the LSU Esports Discord know. We try to let people know about it, come introduce themselves beforehand, and have a good time. And then we have a legit tryout. And we have like a one day where we let everybody come. Then we have a cut. Then we have the second day where we have a more serious one to see how you play when it's like playing against really high level people. Cause at LSU we have for anything, it's always a high standard of excellence. So we try and get the best three no matter who it is. So nobody's spot safe. Everybody know they got to put in the time, and that's what we try to do.
Man, that's awesome, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not just saying this because I'm a hometown boy and I'm an LSU fan. I'm not gonna say any other colleges' names either, but I'm on a few Discords. When I tell you, you guys Discord, it's always popping. It's always communication. It's always events. And everybody is serious about their games, man. It's just wonderful to see that kind of energy, and you guys have some awesome numbers in your clubs. So
yes,
no problem. So, I think we covered a lot, man. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you guys want to touch on right quick in the last few minutes of the show?
How's your high school esports club doing?
They're doing great, man. Like I said, y'all guys came over and kind of helped us. We're in the process of building out an esports room that's dedicated to esports, and y'all are welcome to come over and play anytime. Yeah, man. Myself and the principal, we're actually gamers ourselves, and we get it. We know what it is, and we know the career paths that the kids can take. So they're doing wonderful. Introducing them to Rocket League, I'm going to have you guys over to the school and actually play a few matches in front of them so they can see it. Probably bring those medals over there too, man, to kind of hype them up. But they really need to.
They play 2K and Madden?
They play 2K and Madden. Yeah, I got some of the biggest.
2K real quick.
Hey, you need to come. I got some top players in the nation, man, as far as high school.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. You gonna come chef them up. You can come chef them up, baby. But yeah, man. So yeah, they're doing real great, man. It's our first year. Right now we're in the Winter Open. I have one player in Madden. I have 4 players in 2K on Xbox and PlayStation. We're really pushing towards PC though, and really pushing towards those collegiate titles, man. So hopefully they can come play for LSU Esports or wherever they see fit. Right quick, just run through y'all social media, man, and let everybody know how they can reach you.
My Twitter is Lohtek. I don't tweet too often. If I do, it's probably something funny. But it's just Lohtek at Lohtek.
Rome?
Oh, I don't have anything like that.
I forgot. Okay, Wesley?
Mine's Cryptic Sharp. At Cryptic Sharp on Twitter. KRIPTIXSHARP.
Alright, and mine, I'm Tyler. My Twitter is at T3Bates. And I tweet sometimes. I don't tweet too often. I retweet a couple things. And, yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, man. Fellas, I thank you so much for blessing the first podcast of Go Play Esports with your host, Christopher Turner. It was a great interview. Y'all welcome to come back anytime, man. When y'all do make it to those playoffs, y'all come back on.
All right, thank you.
For sure. Thank you.
Right. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks much.
This was another episode of Go Play Esports with Christopher Turner. Follow him on Twitter